All right, it is the number one question when you first start going to the gym. What the hell should I do? It makes sense, right? If you walk into the Fitness Palace of Love, t-shirts available now, cheap old plug, you're going to want to have some sort of idea, some sort of approach. Otherwise, you're going to be totally bamboozled and you're going to be totally confused. And there's so much information out there on the internet, right? Should you do push-pull legs? Should you do a bro split? If you don't know, a bro split is just chest and tries, usually back and bis, then you do legs, then maybe you do your shoulders and your arms, whatever the hell you want to do. Now, the reason I want to do this video is because I do get asked this a lot, and I do believe we've touched on it before, but hey ho, it's good to get some educational stuff out there. And as always, the most important thing is do what you want to do. I know that sounds silly, but unless you are a professional athlete and you need to be achieving something very, very specific, when it comes to weightlifting or bodybuilding or just going to the gym in general, do what you want to do. So if you enjoy bro splits, do bro splits. If you like push-pull legs, do push-pull legs. If you want to be crazy and work muscle groups separately on every single day, so you do chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, triceps on Thursday, I mean, just do arms. But if you want to break it down like that, and that's what gets you to go to the gym, just do it, right? You're going to encounter some obstacles and you're going to encounter some problems doing that, but it's far better than you not going because you can't be bothered, right? Always keep that in your head. The most important thing before we get to any other of the nitty-gritty or diet or supplementation is that you need to get your ass there, right? So however you need to get your ass there, get your ass there. However, usually what happens is you start to see some progression, you start to see some evolution, you start to see some gains, and then you kind of retroactively go, okay, well, how can I benefit more from this? What can I do to be more productive? And the number one thing that I did, I used to do bro splits all the time because it just made sense to me and I liked them. And again, it's what most of the internet was pushing. And then I learned about push-pull legs. And I learned about push-pull legs when I first got a personal trainer a long time ago. And again, if you're a long time watcher of the channel, you've heard me say this, but it's the thing that opened my eyes, and I would like to open your eyes too, is that if you are doing a bro split, sometimes it can be hard. There's always ways and means, but sometimes it can be hard to work your muscle groups twice a week. And that's really what you want to be aiming for when you become a more experienced lifter. When you're a novice lifter, I would just say get it in once a week. Your body's going to wake, you're going to have delayed onset muscle soreness. And because you're getting a bunch of newbie gains anyway, you can hold this stuff back, right? It can be something you add in down the line. But that is the major benefit of doing push-pull legs, is that, so on a push day, you're going to be working your triceps, you're going to be working your chest, you're going to be working your shoulders. On a pull day, you're going to be working your back, you're going to be working your biceps, and there's other incidental muscles too, but let's keep it simple, stupid. And then leg day is obvious, right? So if you do that, Monday, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, take Thursday off, then you can do it again, right? And you've all of a sudden added in those two different sessions for your two different body parts. And the cool things about legs is, let's say you're doing it on a Wednesday and a Sunday or whatever it may be. On that Wednesday, you can have a quad focus workout. On the Sunday, you can have a hamstring focus workout. Now, once again, you don't have to do that, but the option is there. It's the same for your chest. Maybe one day you just want to work on flat stuff, and then when you get to part two, you just want to work on incline stuff. Well, back's a little bit different because your back is just massive. You need to hammer away at it, which is kind of the same as legs. But that's why I think it's so beneficial, because again, if you're working your muscles 52 times a year, and all of a sudden you're working them 104 times a year, you can't argue with that math. And that's why math is so important. Sometimes it's nice and simple. It's not 2 + 2 = potato. It's 2 + 2 = 4. Now, the other question that you get off the back of this is, okay, well, if I'm doing push-pull legs, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday legs, Thursday rest, and then the same Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what do I do on that following Monday? Because do I take another day of rest to tie into the routine, or do I not? And as always, it's completely up to you. What I used to do, I do a bit differently now because I got a new personal trainer. Shout out to Ryan, such a good dude. And we're focusing on specific things. Like, I still have 2 rest days in my program at the moment. Some programs, before we change it, there'll be 2 chest sessions and there'll be 1 back session, or push sessions, I should say. And then, we get to the end of a certain program and we'll switch it about. So over the course of a year, I am getting these extra workouts in, which is another important piece of information to throw out there. Don't forget, it's not what you're doing in a week. It's what you're doing in a 12-month period, a 24-month period. It's the long term. It's a marathon, not a sprint, to get even more silly old adages out there. But when you get to that Monday, see how you feel. This is the number one thing that people do not do. Your body will let you know whether you should be going back to the gym or not. And it's going to depend on loads of things. How much food are you eating? How much sleep are you getting? How do you feel mentally at the moment? Have you had a hard day at work, etc., etc.? But let's say you do it, right? We're going to go through it. We're going to keep this really, really boring, like you're in school. Monday, you do push. Tuesday, you do pull. Wednesday, you do legs. Thursday, you take the day off. Friday, you do push. Saturday, you do pull. Sunday, you do legs. Let's say you take that Monday off. Well, Tuesday, you're going to do push. Wednesday, you're going to do pull. Thursday, you're going to do legs. Friday, you're going to have off. Saturday, you're going to do push. Sunday, you're going to do pull. And that Monday, you'll do legs. And then you take Tuesday off. But you can see you're still getting these extra workouts. It's not a massive deal. Again, over that 12-month period that we're just talking about, you are still achieving muscle synthesis and you are still pushing your muscles more than you were. Now, this may not work for you because of your work schedule or the schedule you may have with your partner, but that's okay too. You can be flexible with it. Like, of course you can be flexible with it. Maybe some weeks you do what I'm doing at the moment. So in case you care, my plan at the moment is, today is Monday when I'm making this video. Could be a completely different day when you're watching it. That's how life life works. And it's going to be a pull day. Then tomorrow I'm going to do legs, which is more of a hamstring focused day. Wednesday I have my push day. Thursday I'll take off. Friday we're back to the pull day, aiming at things a little bit different. Saturday I will be doing my second leg day, which is a bit more quad focused. Then I take Sunday off. So as you can see, we are doubling down on pull and we only have a single day of push. But in my program before this, that's right, we had 2 pushes and we only had 1 pull. And surprise, surprise, you always have 2 legs. That's the other thing I want to take away from today. Even if you do injure your upper body, you could probably train your legs 4 times a week and get away with it. You don't need to do this. It's irrelevant, but they are holding you up. Let's not forget that. Your legs hold you up fighting gravity. So if you want to shock them into change, you can't be approaching them with the same intensity that you are approaching everything else. Like you want to be as intense as you can in a session, but with legs, you do need that little something extra because again, they are basically your stand. It's quite difficult to all of a sudden get them to grow, but always try and get 2 legs in there. But yeah, sure, if you want to be a bit more flexible, like I say with the rest, you totally can. But there are options and there are far more options than this. And you just need to figure out what works for you. And I really, really wish that a lot more people online that have an influence, and look, there are 95% of them are absolutely excellent, but there are 5% who try to make it more complicated than it needs to be, which is why I just thought we'd make these small series of videos, getting back to basics and talking about the real thing when it comes to the gym. Because if your diet is really good and you're training hard, no matter what you're doing in the Fitness Palace of Love, of course you're going to see growth and you're going to see the changes that you do want, because that's the nitty-gritty of it. That hasn't changed for 50, 60 years, or whatever it may be. Some people like to do German volume training. And German volume training is you pick an exercise and you do 10 sets. Look it up. I mean, there's more to it than that. But maybe that's what you want to do. I mean, how anybody finds the time. That really is a case of, how do you find the time? You must be in the gym for like 3 hours. But some people do it and some people love it, and that's why they keep going back. I did do it a long old while ago, and I quickly found out it wasn't for me. Like intermittent fasting. Don't really like intermittent fasting. I enjoy eating. So there you go. And look, don't get me wrong. If you are brand new in the gym and you do want to do the push-pull legs thing, do it, man. Why not start as you mean to continue? But if you feel like that's a little bit too intimidating, which I can understand, sure, do a bro split, man. I would imagine that the bro split has kind of got a bad rap put on it now because, again, I'm calling it a bro split, which we shouldn't do it. It's just an individual muscle split. Look, I know dudes that are massive that do bro splits, so let's not pretend that it doesn't work. Just remember, there are so many little things that go into lifting weights and achieving your dream physique, which doesn't actually exist anyway, because you will get to your dream physique and all of a sudden you want another one, because very sadly, that's how it works. Make sure you're writing everything down as well. Document everything. Document your food. Document your training. Document what you lifted last week and what you're lifting this week, and then you can look back over the last 6 months and actually see what's working for you. Another great thing to do as a random aside is write down how your food makes you feel too. How did you feel that day? Did you have more energy? Did you have less energy? And then you can also use that information to ensure that your workouts are as successful and as powerful as possible. So, if you put a gun to my head, do I think push-pull legs is the best? Yes, I do. This is the one that I would always go back to if I was in some kind of apocalypse and I lost all this information. What I just said doesn't actually make any sense. Now, look, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the bell ding ding notification crew. I appreciate you. Always rhymes, so it's good. There is a video on the screen, as I always say. Click it and leave the room. I don't care. YouTube doesn't know that your eyes are or aren't watching it. GorillaMind.com/Simon. You go to Simon and get 10% off. These are the supplements I use. These are the supplements that I'd always pimp out and that I'm proud to represent because they're awesome. Brand new energy drink goes live today. It's a brand new flavor. I can't talk about it just now in case you do watch this before it does go live. It is flipping delicious. I don't know how they're doing it. And like I say, in terms of motivation and focus, it's the best energy drink I ever had. Check out More Plates, Derek's video on it when he breaks it all down. It's absolutely incredible. Patreon.com/Simon316 if you just want to give me some money. Let's just be honest with it, but you also support the wrestling podcast. Make sure you check out that as well, Simon Is Wrestling Show. At Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. Come give me a follow. We can have a chat on Cameo if you want a personalized video message. And merchandise, yes, pro wrestling tees. Samson Athletics, thank you so much to everyone who buys it. It's just, there's something cool about seeing a design you've made on somebody's chest, as weird as that sounds. So I appreciate you very much. What I want you to do today, no matter what you're training, be it legs, chest, back, arms, head, whatever the hell you want to do, go in there and make sure you leave going, you know what, I did as much as I possibly could, because that's all anybody can ever ask of you. And you're an absolute success for going to the Fitness Palace of Love to begin with. Take care of yourself. I appreciate you. Goodbye.